Koikimedia, àwa là ń gbé tó lárugẹ, ètò tó ń bójú owó tiwa máa ní. Kásá, ẹ̀dínkù lówó ọjà wa kájé kú bá yín jẹ, ètò tó ń bójú owó tiwa máa ní. Àwọn ètò lárugẹ, àwọn dásà lárugẹ, ètò tó ń bójú owó tiwa máa ní. Ìgbà mi jẹ́ ẹ̀ máa rí lọ. Koikimedia, ọlọ́lágbájúmọ̀ mi, máa bá ṣẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ. Ọmọ Yorùbá nìyẹn, ọmọ Yorùbá tata o. Àwọn gbádùn rẹ̀, ọmọ ìjẹ́bẹ́ lẹ́rẹ̀ mi, ṣé ìlọ máa fi dìbò ọ̀tẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ o. Ẹ̀yin lọmọ nígbò máa dé máa dé máa dé. Ẹ̀yin lọmọ nígbò máa wọ̀ máa wọ̀ máa wọ̀. Ikú máa wọ̀ nǹkan tó jù gbọdọ̀ wọ̀. Àjòjì tó bá wọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀, á bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní ẹbọra. Ẹ̀yin lọ máa ń wọ̀ òyìnbó tó dé. Ìgbà tó yìnbó dé o, ẹ̀rọ dandan tó pọ̀ sí o. Koikimedia, sábà ní bàbá. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Àdáńtọ́, àtúnbẹ̀rẹ̀ gidi. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Àwa là ń gbé tó lárugẹ, jẹ́ ká jọgbọ́. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Àwọn jàfẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ wa, fẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Koikimedia, àwọn ní bàbá. Ọmọ Olúwa ni wọ́n o, pọ́kúpọ́kú. We bring you up closer to your doorstep. Afẹ́fẹ́ tó ń fẹ́ o tó ń kan jòkó lára ni. Àpèrè gidi Olódùmarè ló fún wa ṣe. Gbogbo ayé ẹ̀ gbọ́, àwa ni bàbá o. Ẹ máa bọ̀ wá ẹgbẹ́ polówó ọjà yín wá. Òdúdú alágbèdá ní òtítọ́ lágbèdá ní. Àfisọ́ dalẹ̀, àfisọ́ ní kẹta. Àdó tán, àdó wẹ̀rẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́. Koikimedia, we bring you one closer to your doorstep. Koikimedia is around to give us the test. He's around to give us the test. Ladies and gentlemen, ẹ mú kalẹ̀ sílẹ̀, kẹ̀kẹ́ tí ẹ gbọ́ ètò tó gbọ́dọ̀ gbogbo. Ladies and gentlemen, ẹ mú kalẹ̀ sílẹ̀, kẹ̀kẹ́ tí ẹ gbọ́ ètò tó gbọ́dọ̀ gbogbo.
The weather is still bright. It's just 5 minutes past 8 p.m. Mo kí gbogbo wa pé àtúkàbọ̀ sórí ìkànnì wa Koikimedia, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Mo kí Ọba Elédùmarè tí ó ní wá tó dá ìran tó dá, àmọ́ àti wà nínú problem, a dẹ̀ wà nínú danger. But our job is to make sure that we continue to allow many of us to know that we are all in danger. Regardless of wherever you are, whether you are in Nigeria, whether you are in Africa, wherever you are, we are all in danger. So it doesn't matter. Then to Allah abroad, you might not return back to your base, or you might be lucky to return back. Many Nigerians diaspora have traveled back home and they did not make it back to their base. As an example, 6 months ago, precisely today, our brother, a father, an uncle, a niece, a friend to many people here in UK traveled to Ghana for a different event. Annually, but only a lot of obstacles. You might be 1 out of 10 to malosile to nipada, or you might be just one of those that went home and you will return back and then you will say Nigeria is good. So a brother left UK to go to Ghana because, as usual, everyone has friends that has reason why we go and celebrate with them. But he never knew that that would be his last trip out of UK with a British passport. So sometimes you would then ask, Awata 24 years, 15 years to get a stay, 15 years. Láti máa jà pẹ̀lú office, ẹ fún wa níwèé. Wà wá gbàwé ohun tán. Wà wá ní jẹ́ n sáré lọ sí Africa. Kí n kàn sáré lọ kí n padà dé. And you are likely not to return back. And that was what happened to a brother, an uncle, a friend, Kehinde Toluwalashe. May his soul continue to rest in peace. I was privileged to have known the mother in the struggle of the Yoruba nation, because the mother was a supporter of Yoruba nation. Even though she was 3,000 miles away, like myself. Toba sọ fún grandma tí mo láǹfààní àti bá sọ̀rọ̀, even up to last week, pé grandma, ní ọdún mẹ́ta nísìn, ọmọ yín màmá lọ sí Africa, á gbàbẹ̀ lọ sí Nigeria, kò dẹ̀ ní padà wá sí UK. Grandma lè ní, ṣé o lálàá ni sórí nínú ran ni? Nínú Yorùbá nation mo kọ̀ rò náà ni pé èèyàn lè lọlé kó má padà. But tó bá jẹ́ ẹni tó lẹ́mìí mímọ́, kò ní take it as an upset. Wàá kọ̀ wò pé, well, probability yẹn ó high gan, risk in Nigeria ó high gan. Nígbà tí grandma send a message pé ọmọ wọn wà nínú bomb blast tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní 6 months ago, ní January 16, 2024. I did not see it. I had a late night broadcast and I sent a forwarded message. Grandma was send message sí mi pé, mo send the message pé ọmọ mi jáde láyé. In tí wọ́n kàn fi ránṣẹ́ ni pé another message. Èyí tó dùn mí lọ́kàn tó jẹ́ kó bá mi sọ sí, ó tẹ́ sọ sí. Mo bá pè wọ́n. Mo ní grandma, ẹ sọ pé tí mò ń kà yìí bó ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀ gangan nìyẹn. Wọ́n ní bomb blast tí gbogbo wa ń gbọ́rú ẹ̀ ní on the 16th. By this time on the 16th, gbogbo ìlú Ìbàdàn ó mì jìgìjìgì. Fúlàní ti dé ni, ogun tí Koiki ń pariwo ti dé ni, kò tẹ̀ sẹ́ni tó mọ bí tó fẹ́ yà sí. A kò ń gbọ́ bos, bas. A kò ń gbọ́ bù, bà. Ó wá di ọlọ́mọ mọ́mọ́mọ́. Grandma ní ọmọ bíbí inú àwọn ó wà nínú ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tí ó ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ní ìlú Ìbàdàn. Mo ní grandma kí la ṣe máa ṣe lè sí báyìí. Grandma ní no. wọ́n ní Ọlọ́run fi wọ́n àwọn ní pé káwọn má lọ Nàìjíríà pẹ̀lú ọmọ àwọn yẹn. Àwọn wá sọ fún pé sórí Nàìjíríà tá fẹ́ lọ ní àwọn fẹ́ lọ ní March máì tí jẹ́ ká rìnrìn àjò Nàìjíríà yẹn, jẹ́ ká sì postpone ẹ̀ títí tí ọ̀nà máa fi clear. Ọmọ yẹn dẹ̀ gbọ́ sí màmá ẹ̀ lẹ́nu, wọ́n dẹ̀ parí ẹ̀ síbẹ̀. Ó wá náà fẹ́ lọ Ghana, ṣẹ́dọ̀ mọ̀ pé Ghana ó yàtọ̀ sí Nàìjíríà. Distance yẹn is a complete different distance. Ó dẹ̀ dágbére fún màmá ẹ̀, ó gbéra láti London, òun àtàwọn ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ wọ́n fly dé Ghana. Ayùnlé wá hùn pé jẹ́ ń tẹ̀ fẹsẹ̀ kan dé Nàìjíríà, torí pé Nàìjíríà yẹn ìlú tíyàn máa rí àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké, torí ọkùnrin lórí ọ̀rọ̀ obìnrin kò sí nǹkan tá a lè ṣe. Ẹlòmíì ó lè jẹ́ lórí oúnjẹ, ẹlòmíì ó kò lè fẹ́ lọ́wọ́ environment. Mo kàn ń sọ pé àpèjúwe, mo ò ní nǹkan tọ́mọ yẹn lọ ṣe nìyẹn, bọ̀ mo mọ tí ọkùnrin lè ṣe gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọkùnrin tèmi náà jẹ́. A lè sáré take one chance, a dẹ̀ lè wò pé jẹ́ má ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. Ó wá gbéra láti Ghana, ó wá wọkọ̀ ní, ó rìn ní. Distance yẹn ẹ̀yẹn kò calculate kí ni distance láti Ghana dé Nàìjíríà. Ó wá dé Èkó, ó wá pe màmá ẹ̀, ìyá tó bí ní tó gbé oṣù mẹ́sàn-án tó ṣe máa ń sọ. Ó wá pe mọ́mì ẹ̀ pé òun wà ní Lagos. Màmá ẹ̀ wá ń sọ fún pé ọmọ mi ṣe bí n tí mo sọ ni pé Ọlọ́run fi wọ̀n àwọn, kò ń ṣe pé Kóìkì ló sọ fáwọn, kò ń ṣe pé rìn àjò Yorùbá nation ló sọ fáwọn. Tá a bá ní gbogbo tí grandma ti ń gbọ́ pé ẹ má lọ Nàìjíríà o, ẹni bá dẹ̀ máa lọ àṣé ọmọ yẹn láníyàn kò fẹ́ lọ sílé. Ó wá ní grandma, ó ní mọ́mì ẹ̀, sorry not grandma, èmi lèmi pé wọ́n ní grandma, màmá tiẹ̀ lélẹ̀. Màmá yẹn ṣì wà láyé o, ó wà ní London o. Ó wá ní grandma, ó wá ní mọ́mì, how you doing, all right? Ó ní Lagos ni mo wà, mo lọ sí Ìbàdàn. Ìbàdàn ni wọ́n kọ́lé sí, bí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín ẹ ti kọ́lé, ilé ò ṣe lọ, ẹ máa tanra yín. Tó bá yá ẹ máa ta ilé yẹn dànù, ọ̀ kẹ́ mọ̀ pé ilé ò tí ṣe lọ fẹ̀yìn àgbàlagbà àtàwa kankan, ká forget it. Wá invest sí Nàìjíríà. Mọ́mí ẹ̀ wá ní ṣé Lagos kò sí lára Nàìjíríà ni? Ó ní Lagos is safe, kò sí kankan ní Lagos. Ẹ mọ̀ pé gbogbo àwọn àbájá máa ń sọ nìyẹn, Lagos is safe. Okay. Bí màmá wọn ṣe gbọ́, bó ṣe break news yẹn, mo ì tí bi grandma lénìí, bí a ti bá bi wọ́n tó bá ṣàlàyé fún mi, màá wá sọ lórí ètò. But n tí grandma sọ fún mi ni pé àwọn gbà fọlọ́hun. Ọmọ wa lọ sí, ó ti wá kúrò l'Ékòó, ó ṣẹ̀ tún wá lọ Ìbàdàn. Ṣé rí, ẹ máa sọ pé Kóìkì dey play, ẹ̀yin diaspora tẹ́ ní British passport, American passport, Canadian passport. Ìrìn àjò tó máa lọ tó ní padà, èmi ò ní sọ pé kó má rìn. But kò ń ṣòun ló máa kọ́kọ́ rìnrìn àjò yẹn. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Gbénga Owólabí, mo ṣe ń padà bọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ tí mo pọ́ọ̀sì sí ni. Mr. Gbénga Owólabí ó gbéra láti Maryland. Ó ní òun ní investment ní Òṣogbo, ó lòtẹ́ẹ̀lì, ó ní farm. Ó wá kúrò ní Maryland, ó ra ticket, ó fowó ara ẹ̀ ra ticket. Ó wá dé Lagos torí pé Ìbàdàn, Nàìjíríà, ó ti bà ayé gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá jẹ́. Kò sí international flight tó ń land sí ìlú Ìbàdàn. Wàá kọ́kọ́ dé Lagos kó tó wá rìn, kó tó wá wọ mọ́tò ni, ó máa gbé kẹ̀kẹ́ ni, ó máa gbé bicycle ni. Kọ́lọ̀ má jẹ́ kí o kọ́kọ́ kú kó tó dé Ìbàdàn yẹn, torí pé Lagos Ìbàdàn expressway yẹn, ìyẹn máa ń mú ẹ̀jẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn. Tó bá wá lọ tó padà, ìwọ wà lára àwọn tó safe ni. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi ò yẹ nísìn, máa sọ pé dey play, torí ó níbi tí mo sì fẹ́ lọ, bọ̀ mo ì tí débẹ̀. Now, Mr. Gbénga Owólabí wá dé Òṣogbo, ìjọ tó dé Òṣogbo lọ kidnap ẹ̀. Wọ́n wá kidnap òun nìkan, wọ́n tún wá sọ pé ìwọ nìkan kọ́ l'Americana tá máa kidnap. Kódà wọ́n nídìí local náà, wọ́n kidnap Rachel Ọ̀pádélé. Ó mọ̀ pé ìwọ obìnrin tó ń wò mí nísìn, ó sọ pé shut up, Lagos ó safe, gbogbo ẹ̀ safe, no problem. Wọ́n wá kidnap Rachel Ọ̀pádélé, wọ́n kó àwọn méjèèjì, wọ́n kó wọn wọnú igbó. èèyàn á rò pé bó ṣe kó wọn wọnú igbó yẹn àwọn sójà tó máa àwa sójà gégéré gẹ́gẹ́gẹ́gẹ́ tó níbọn tó train tí Nàìjíríà fowó train èèyàn á rò pé wá wọlé lọ bá àwọn Boko Haram yẹn nínú igbó wọ́n pọ̀lọpọ̀lọpọ̀ ni kílẹ̀ sọ ìnana àwọn onírú àwọn ọ̀bọ̀n tó gbé dání sọ́wọ́ sójà lè máa pè sójà ní àwọn èèyàn wa ló wà ń bẹ̀ a lè wọlé lọ pa wọ́n. Ó di méjì wọ́n wá ní ọ́díò kan jáde kódà wọ́n tún fẹ́ yí mọ́ fámìlì àwọn bàbá mi àwọn àti di fámìlì wọ́n ti gbà mí bí fámìlì wọn àwọn Mr. Gbénga Owólabí ìyàwó àtàwọn ọmọ wà l'Amẹ́ríkà o wọ́n wá ti kidnap bàbá sí Nàìjíríà ó wá di bóòlù ọ̀yá-mi àdúrà àfà babaláwo wòlíì gbogbo ẹ̀ wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń sà wọ́n ní tó bá jẹ́ owó lẹ́fẹ́ á fún yín lówó ẹ bá wa rìlíìsì èèyàn wa kẹgbowó àwọn yẹn ní a máa ń rìlíìsì lóòótọ́ àmọ́ a lè pààyàn lóòótọ́ wọ́n máa pa Mr. Gbénga Owólabí bí eré wọ́n pa Rachel Ọ̀pádélé àwọn méjì tó náwọn ní àyà tó gbé owó lọ wọ́n pa kan mọ́ wọn ìkan ní ìyẹn ní àfẹ́rí bíi Donald Trump ẹ máa ní kò sóògùn Donald Trump ń lo àfẹ́rí nítorí pé nígbà tí búlẹ̀tì yẹn ń bọ̀ tó ń bọ̀ nǹkan kan ní ó yá yẹrí ẹ òkò ń bọ̀ ó kàn ra iye báyìí ni ṣókè lókọ̀ òun kàn wò pé kí ló jẹun létí nígbà tó wá rí ẹ̀jẹ̀ ló gbogbo lọ báyìí kò tètè mọ̀ pé ìbọn ni má lọ ṣògùn in tó ń bọ̀ Nàìjíríà má lọ dira dáadáa kò jẹ́ kí nǹkan kan bẹ̀ wàá mọ̀ pé in tó ń bọ̀ Nàìjíríà ó kọjá bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn Nigerians náà wọ́n bínú tó àwọn máa jáde kò sí bá baálẹ̀ ẹni tó máa sọ pé káwọn máa jáde àwọn kan ní àwọn Yorùbá ẹ má jáde kíyàn kankan máa sọ pé kẹ́ni kankan máa jáde anybody tó bá fẹ́ jáde kó jáde Nàìjíríà gbọ́dọ̀ wọlé ni ìjọ ta bá rí ibi níbi wọlé ìjọ ta bá rí ibi níbi gbọ́dọ̀ wọlé òun lọ́rọ̀ Nàìjíríà torí pé gbogbo wa kọ́ ni Ọlọ́run so papọ̀ àsìkò tọ́lọ̀ náà máa tú nǹkan kan ló máa gbà tú. Ẹ jẹ́ padà sọ́dọ̀ brother mi kọ́lọ̀ fọ́run kẹ Gbénga àbí Kẹ́hìndé owó tolúwa láṣẹ ó wá dé Ìbàdàn ó wá tún pè yẹ pé mọ́mì ẹ̀yin lẹ́ ń ríran náà bí wọn náà tá à ń sọ fún ẹ pé ìran oríṣiríṣi ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ òun sọ pé they play ìran wo lọ́rí ìran wo àwọn àfa jẹ gúrújẹrá àwọn wòlíì jẹ gúrújẹrá bẹ́ẹ̀ mi náà ṣe ń sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ náà nìyẹn sórí gbogbo àwọn wòlíì tó ń sọ pé ó ń bọ̀ ní Nàìjíríà ó ti dé tán next year ló máa dé ni ọ̀túnla ló máa dé ni èmi ò mọ̀ yẹn but ó ń bọ̀ yẹn ó lè jìn fáwa bọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run ó ní òun kúnyàn kan lọ́rùn ẹ̀yin tẹ́ jẹ́ mùsùlùmí ẹ bá ń fi síbẹ̀ ó nígbà tó máa jí ó wá ní kó lọ náwó yẹn nínú ọjà làwọn yẹn wọ́n wò pé ibo lẹ́yìn wà látọdún yìí owó yìí bí 400 years lọ́ti náà èèyàn á máa sùn á dàbí ìgbà téèyàn kú ni sórí ìwọ tó ń sọ pé àwọn wòlíì yẹn jẹun ni wọ́n kíníkan bẹ́ẹ̀ mi náà ṣe ń sọ náà nìyẹn ó wá pe màmá ẹ̀ ó náà ti wà ní Ìbàdàn ṣèbí Èkó ló sọ pé ó wà níjẹta kí ló tún lọ ṣe ní Ìbàdàn ó ní Ìbàdàn náà safe kódà òun ti lọ sí ibi tó ti ń jàmàlà èmi kàn háàdì tèmi mọ́ ni o òun ti káàkiri kódà Ṣèyí Mákindé olórí burúkú tó òun àti Tinubu nísìn wọ́n ti fẹ́ Ṣèyí Mákindé àti Tinubu wọ́n ń gúnra wọn lọ́wọ́ nígò lọ́wọ́ báyìí nísìn nígò ló ń gúnra wọn òun àti Tinubu wọ́n ń gúnra wọn nígò lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí nígò ló ń gúnra wọn Ṣèyí Mákindé àti Tinubu wọ́n ti ń fọ́gò mọ́ra wọn lórí tipẹ́ wo ìgò burúkú ló ń fọ́ mọ́ra wọn lórí bí ṣe ń bẹ sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí má tètè wo sórí tó ń bọ̀ yẹrí òkò ń bọ̀ tó bá ní Donald Trump lo àfẹ́ẹ̀rí nígbà tẹ́ni yẹn tó yìnbọn fún ní 150 meters àwọn àǹjọ̀nú tí Donald Trump náà tó ń gbé káàkiri wọ́n ní ó yá yẹrí ó yẹ báyìí ẹni tó wà lẹ́yìn ló lọ mú ó pàdánù ni màmá ẹ̀ wá ní ọmọ mi má sọ fún mi pé wà ní Ìbàdàn. Ó ní mọ́mì mo ṣe Ìbàdàn náà ni mo wà. Kò séwu ní Ìbàdàn. Ìbàdàn kódà Ìbàdàn gan ló peaceful jù. Stupid idiot all over the place. À ń sọ pé wàhálà ń bọ̀. Wọ́n máa níbì kan ló safe. Ibì kan kò sí problem. Inú abúlé nìkan ló ti ń pààyàn. Nígbà tó máa bọ́ǹbù Ìbàdàn, ṣé inú abúlé náà ló ti bọ́ǹbẹ̀? Today make it the 6th month tí wọ́n bọ́ǹbù Ìbàdàn. Bá ṣe ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí, kò tí ì sẹ́ni kankan tó mú lọ sí prison. Kò tí ì sẹ́ni kankan tó arrest. Gbogbo tí ọkọ̀ sọ ni pé conclude, confirm, seal, nothing anymore. Ẹ máa bá yé lọ. Àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́, no problem. Ó wá di on the 15th. Àwọn tó mọ̀ nígbà tí mo ń gbọ́ wọn ní ó pè wọ́n ní I will soon be back in London, man. I am breaking back my car to London. Ìyá máa dá láì mọ̀ pé kò sí kankan. I will be back in London. Kódà àwọn tó jọ ní engagement ní the following few days tó kù engagement yẹn lọ. Àṣé àwọn Fúlàní náà báwa náà ṣe ń plan Fúlàní náà ń prepare pé ìwọ ibi báyìí ló máa tán sí. Kábíyèsí Elédùmarè o. Kábíyèsí Elédùmarè kéèyàn fi British passport ẹ pé ẹlòmíì 30 years ni bàbá kan ní sọ náà ti pé 50 years ní UK gbogbo alárí Ghana. Ó ní student lòun bá dé ìlú yìí. Wọ́n wá ní kò ní right láti wà nílùú yìí. Ó yẹ kó ti gba passport British passport lọ́mọ yẹn gbé travel. Bọ́ọ̀dì ẹ̀ lọ gbé padà wá sí UK. Bọ́ọ̀dì ẹ̀ lọ gbé padà wá sí UK. Bàbá mi, ẹ̀gbọ́n mi, Mr. Gbenga Owólabí, ó fi American passport, ó fi lọ Nàìjíríà. America ní tọ́ ẹ̀ bá release bọ́ọ̀dì ẹ̀ fáwọn wa, àbá Nàìjíríà fa wàhálà. Àwọn America ló wá dúró fáwọn àwọn ìlú tó dá. Ọmọ Nàìjíríà kú níta. Àmọ́ wá Àbíkẹ́dábírí ń bọ́ lọ wá o. Àbíkẹ́dábírí o, eré wa. Ìyá mi dáadáa ń bọ́ lẹ́ wá o. Ọmọ Nàìjíríà kan ti kú sí Libya. Báwo la ṣe máa gbókò ẹ̀ padà wálé? Amẹ́ríkà wá dúró fún àwọn fámílì Owólabí. Wọ́n wá ní gbogbo tó máa cost kọ́ ṣí sí ọrùn Amẹ́ríkà nígbà tó jẹ́ pé àwọn ọmọ value citizen ìlú òfò tí gbogbo wa ní kájọ tọ́jú ìlú tó ń mújẹmújẹ ìlú tí security mo ṣì ń bọ̀ mo ti dé bẹ́ẹ̀ sójà mi nínú Nigerian èmi náà ní wọ́n bẹ́ẹ̀ àjọ ń ṣiṣẹ́ ni pẹ̀lú Nigerian headquarters wọ́n ní Mr. Koiki terrorist pa ọmọ sójà kan bọ́ ọmọ Yorùbá ni o bá wa kéde ẹ̀ síta torí pé sójà fẹ́ bò mọ́lẹ̀ wọ́n ló fẹ́ bò mọ́lẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká má ti sọ̀rọ̀ jù torí pé àìtí fi ọ̀wọ̀ síbi tọ́wọ̀ wà àìrẹ̀ tí débi tá à ń lọ lórí ìrìn àjò yìí àmọ́ ó ń tẹ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀ àwa sọ fún yín pé sẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation ó ti kọjá tẹ́yìn sọ yẹn ẹ sọ fún Jagaban pé tó bá wùn kó gbogbo security síta anybody tó bá jáde tí sójà bá pa ẹ̀wọ̀n ló máa kú sí a máa make sure pé a sì ń dé prison ní ICC ibẹ̀ ló máa dákẹ́ sí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo sọ gbogbo àwọn ọmọ tó fẹ́ jáde tó pera wọn ní wọn Nàìjíríà ẹ jẹ́ kó jáde ẹ jẹ́ kí everybody kó jáde àmọ́ wọ́n tó bá rò pé wọ́n náà máa jáde pẹ̀lú wọn lọ dira lọ ṣògùn dáadáa oògùn tó má dẹ̀ bọ́bìnrin sùn má lọ ṣe jigijigi kankan mọ́ tásìkò yẹn bá ti ń tó jẹ́ kó refresh lára ẹ tó bá mọ̀ pé ò láyà jókòó sínú ilé ẹ máa wò lórí Koikimedia àṣẹ̀mbọ̀ àti ìdè ni ẹja àkọ́kọ́ lọ play anthem wa mo kí gbogbo lélẹ̀ nǹkan sí gbáwọlé share button mo ti béèrè owó lọ́wọ́ ẹ gbáwọlé share button. orílẹ̀-èdè kàgbéga 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 yes not yet bàtì bẹ̀rù làbọ̀ mọ́ ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká jẹ́ ìṣọ̀kan ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira nìkẹ́jẹ́ ká máa lépa tẹ̀síwájú fọ̀pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára. Ọmọ Oòduà dìde sí ipò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Àwa ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Gbọ́wọ́ lé share button kó dẹ̀ thumbs up. "16th day of the month of July. This time, 6 months ago, across the whole part of Southwest, cries of human beings around the world came out again, just like the NSAS. But this time around, it was not a protest. This time around, it was not the Yorubas or the Igbos, the Hausas, or the Nigerians that were demanding for NSAS. Something took off in Ibadan. And we can only pray for the souls of those that departed on that fateful day. It was known as one of the most very painful day, knowing fully well that we gave the bastard, idiot, Olori Buruku Mashamfani, the governor of Oyo State, all the intelligence ahead of this bomb blast, that Southwest was in danger, but mostly Ibadan was in danger. He had that information. That information was given to him. But rather than act on that information 6 months ago, they ignored it, they neglected it, maybe because we, the campaigners of Yoruba Nation under Professor Adebanji Akintoye, and likewise Dr. Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho, and all the Yorubas, Seyi Makinde, just like all the Southwest governor, doesn't think that whatever we are telling them from the security perspective is something that they should act on as quickly as possible. Some of them are acting on it, but he decided to allow things to flow. Then, this day 6 months ago, January precisely, on the 16th, cry and evil came into the southwest of Yoruba land in Ibadan. What do we know? And what can we recollect from some of the things that happened on that fateful day? I can tell you that the world started getting signal that there was a terrorist attack in Yoruba land. The governor tried to play down that it was just an ordinary blast. But the crater indicated that this was not just an ordinary blast. This was a terrorist attack, just like a terrorist attack in New York and a terrorist attack in London and so many other countries that have been prone to terrorist attack. Rather than the governor coming out and be a man and telling us that we have been attacked, but they are putting all the mechanism to protect the people living in Ibadan and Oyo State as a whole. He decided that he would play down because he is also a Fulani stooge. And we are monitoring that because we know now that the next king that will be the Alaafin of Oyo, they've started paying bribes to bring a Fulani stooge into that throne. That I will come back to that. Good night, sweet dreams, love you. I love you very so much. So, eventually, all what we told Seyi Makinde the executive governor and some of his crazy cabinet and the deputy, they're all born bastard. They decided that they're not going to act on it. And that literally meant that people died. One of them was the brother that I've been talking about called Mr. Kende Toluwalashe. Mr. Kende Toluwalashe traveled out of UK to Ghana for a different event. His mother warned him that she saw from a dream, a message came to her that both herself and the son should not embark to any traveling to Nigeria. The son agreed, only for the son to tell the mother that he was in Lagos. The mother was shocked. Just like many of you that traveled out of wherever you are, and you always come out and say that everything is working, Nigeria is safe. There's nothing wrong in Nigeria. But there was something wrong in Nigeria on the 6 months ago in Ibadan, when Ibadan was hit with a bomb blast. And we saw the lies that they cooked to deceive innocent people, that there was nothing to be scared of and nothing to be worried about. That I am the crazy one outside the country that wants to bring the war into Nigeria. We now know that the war is already inside Nigeria, and that war was unleashed in Ibadan as part of their testing ground. That is just a tester. The next one will be bigger, massive, but we will give them the warning because we are also monitoring as many of the movement under the leadership of Professor Adebanji Akintoye and under the main generalismo of Yoruba land, Dr. Chief Sunday Igboho, that also has all the security network that continue to monitor the Southwest. So any of their movement from Niger, because they are moving, we are all in danger as I speak to you right now. Continue to say that, Koiki, shut up. That is exactly what you said. Until Ibadan was bombed, B-O-M-B, on the 16th day of the month of January this year, not last year. 6 months down the line, the bomb bastard governor have not taken anybody to court for persecution. Investigation is finished and they close the case. That means that we will all have to wait until when we have an independent Yoruba country and we will reopen that case. Just like Iskilu was taken out on an invasion under the nose of your stupid governor, Seyi Makinde, that right now, according to the intelligence on my desk, Seyi Makinde is saying to Tinubu, we bastard in it, for going out to revive the local government autonomy. This is the current situation between Seyi Makinde and President Bola Tinubu, but I'll come back to that later. I want to get the air of the 6-month attack of what happened. Let's give first 1 minute, and I want you to do the same thing for all those that died and everyone affected, both at home, in the diaspora, in Africa, across the 7 continents on the 16th day of the month of January. And may their soul continue to rest in peace. On the 16th, when the news started filtering out, we knew automatically that Ibadan has been targeted, just as we have said before that attack. But like usual, the governor and their media tried to play it down. But they couldn't play it down because by that time, the news wired known as routers, AFP, have already picked on the news because they can give a current situation with their satellite of what is happening in Nigeria in that geographical location. This is how BBC told us at that time as BBC, the one that you all trusted more than Koikimedia.
I think you can press the black sheep. I'm just in the house with my kids and I just saw the POP ceiling and the roof and everything coming down on us. So I just had to make sure my kids were fine and we left the place. I have a lot of injuries, my back, it was a huge fall. Things fell. There were injuries. There were lots of injuries, but at least it was minor scratches compared to people that died.
That is 6 months ago. Etigbagbe now. Most of you have forgotten. Well, if you haven't watched it before, you can just Google it. This is just to say to you, you don't come and give it impression as if, hey, bring it close to the camera. I don't have to bring it close to the camera. I can feel part of experimenting. Some of you, when you come on the program, you don't even have to hear what they are saying because go there and ask if anything has changed since 6 months ago. Now, that was the bomb explosive. This individual was living among us. He had a wife, not one, from what we heard. He had more than 5 wives, children, all living in a very suburb area that Yoruba people cannot live. When I look at the whole geographical of that area, some of you will never live in such area until you die, because it is not meant for people like you. It is meant for the eyebrow class elite Yoruba people, the one that have stolen or the one that haven't stolen, but they've worked hard, like our grandmother that wanted to relocate back to Nigeria in that area. But as God would have it, she has not relocated yet. She lost a property. She also lost a son on the 16th. And as many people that we do not know, but they are all as important as anyone that traveled out of UK. Why am I reminding you today? It's so that we can tell you that we are all still in that red zone. Whether you are in Ibadan, whether you are anywhere, as of today, the 16th day of the month of July, the whole Yoruba land is in danger. Write it down and say that Koiki said so. There are multiple bombs that they still want to ignite. But because we are also on their toes, we are also after them, which doesn't have to come on the social media. If you're thinking that you have any of your bastard governors taking care of your security, I can tell you, none of them cares about your security. They are more concerned about their looting and collaborating with their criminal partners outside Nigeria to make sure that your life remain unbearable, your life remain as it is without any movement out of it. But the gods of the Yoruba land will continue to flush them out as we are doing currently in Okeogun. Let me clarify one or two things before I move straight forward. Do not mix images and videos together. Some of you, we've told you, all you are good at is gossip and sit back and then ignite what has not been said or what does not tally. The images of those killed in Lagos State is now being linked to the flushing of the Fulani out of our forest in Okeogun. Let me clear it out again on this live broadcast. Lagos State killed in people that wanted to kidnap at Alaba, from what we heard. So if you are not too sure, you can go and ask your information minister, because I am not your information minister for Lagos State, or the police PRO, the death of those that were killed and what led to that killing. Don't put that to the Okeogun, where we are currently pushing back the Fulani terrorists back to where they come from. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ lédè Yorùbá, because kò ń ṣe gbogbo wa la gbọ́ Gẹ̀ẹ́sì. Àwọn òkú tí ẹ̀ ń jù káàkiri ní platform, mo fẹ́ bú gbogbo àwa tá jọ ń ṣe Yorùbá nation, bọ́ ẹ gbọ́ mi dáadáa. Má jókòó sínú yàrá ẹ kó release audio kó wá gbé image kan lé lórí. Tó bá fẹ́ verify any killings of Yoruba people nílẹ̀ Yorùbá lẹ́ni, kàn sí Koikimedia, má bẹ́ẹ̀ verify ẹ̀. Kàn sí Yoruba World Media, kàn sí Yoruba Home Based Media. Tó bá ṣe audio, we will find out who you are. Tó bá jókòó sínú platform yàrá ẹ, tó wá release audio, tó wá lọ mú òkú tí kò ní kankan ṣe pẹ̀lú ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tá ń fọ̀mọ́ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí, ẹ má jẹ́ káwọn alálẹ̀ kó bínú sí ẹ. Mò ń wọ́n nìyí, gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀, ẹ stop kẹ́yẹ́ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. Ìjà tá ń jà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ kò tí ì níbọn nínú, kò tí ì ní kùmọ̀ nínú, àmọ́ nínú igbó yẹn, in tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú igbó, ó ṣẹlẹ̀ náà nìyẹn. Nínú igbó ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, in tó bá ti ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú igbó, ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ náà nìyẹn. Kò ń ṣe ìtala tí ń bá wọn fa wàhálà. Fúlàní tó bá mọ̀ pé òun jẹ́ ọmọ àdúgbò, tó bá ṣe tán ní oko kó padà sí àdúgbò, kò gbọdọ̀ tún jókòó sínú igbó kó máa jí wa gbé, kó máa kidnap wa bí wọ́n ṣe kidnap bàbá wa Gbénga Owólabí. Fúlàní tó bá bá nínú igbó, a máa fi jẹrà sínú igbó náà ni. Èmi ni mo sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Torí pé a lè jókòó káwọn olórí burúkú gọ́vnà yín bí 6 months ago tí a wọ́n wọn títí pé wọ́n ń bọ̀ wá bọ́ǹbù ìlú Ìbàdàn. Ó ní ẹnu mi rùn. In tó sọ fáwọn èèyàn ni pé kó lọ sọ fún Koiki pé ẹnu tèmi rùn. Ẹ wá rí wàhálà tó dá sí lọ́rùn. I am 3,000 miles. Tí bọ́ǹbù bá dún níbí báyìí lẹ́nìí, màá hold the UK government responsible pé kí ló dé tí wọ́n ṣe ààbò fún mi àtàwọn fámìlì mi. Ṣèyí Mákindé ló yẹ ká lọ sọ ẹkùn ẹ̀, ká fàájà, ká fẹ́kùn yẹn ká fi já, ká já wálẹ̀. Torí pé òun ló ń gba owó lọ́wọ́ orí gbogbo wa. Àtẹni tó ń gbé ní Ìbàdàn, àtẹni tó ń gbé ní ìlú míì. For as long as you live in Oyo State, for as long as you live in Ogun State, for as long as you live in every Yoruba land, including all the other states. But I am not concerned about theirs. I am more focused about our own. They are the one responsible as the chief security of the state. So everything tó bá máa pa wá, wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ stop it. Omi ló fẹ́ pa wá ni, wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ why the water is going to kill us, as cholera is killing them in Lagos State, and they are finding a solution to it. Kí ló dé tí wọ́n find solution sí ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ajínigbé apàyàn? Right now, Ṣèyí Mákindé and the rest of the governors, they are collecting budget called security budget. But ìyẹn ò dùn Ṣèyí Mákindé. Ó wá ń sọ fún Tinubu pé kò ní dá fún Tinubu, pé ta ni Tinubu? Ṣèbóhùn lòun ní káwọn ọmọ Yorùbá dìbò fún Tinubu. Ìbá sọ fún yín, òbí yín. Ṣèbá sọ fún yín pé kẹ́ má dìbò. They are all bastards, all the politicians. Remember that Ṣèyí Mákindé ò support Àtíkù nígbà tí election yẹn ń bọ̀ ní last year. Ó ní káwọn ọmọ Yorùbá kó da ìbò wọn fún Tinubu nítorí pé ó rò pé òun máa rí nǹkan kan gbà lọ́wọ́ Tinubu. Tinubu ti wá fọ́ ẹkùn ẹ̀ báyìí, bí ṣe bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí. Ó ti lẹ́pọn Ṣèyí Mákindé sí mẹ́ta. Ìjà tó ń lọ láàrin àwọn méjèèjì kò ṣe máa ròyìn tán. Láàrin President Bola Ahmed Tinubu àti Ṣèyí Mákindé, Mádẹ́sán tí ó fẹ́ mú ìjà yẹn jáde. Ṣèyí Mákindé ń jẹ́ kó yé Tinubu pé ní 2023 tó ń bọ̀ yìí, no, ní 2027 àwọn máa bá tayò. Ó ti yé yín politics. àwọn máa bá ṣe kí ni àwọn máa bá tayò nítorí pé Ṣèyí Mákindé náà fẹ́ lọ di vice president ó fẹ́ lọ di vice president bíi Yẹmí Ọ̀sínbàjò ṣe rántí bàbá kúkúrú short man devil tí Tinubu falẹ̀ pé kó lọ di kó lọ ṣáájú kó lọ máa aṣojú òun àwọn ọmọ Fúlàní bá sọ fún Yẹmí Ọ̀sínbàjò pé má jẹ́ kí Jagaban tún ẹ̀ ìwọ náà lè di president ó wá fẹ́ fún ẹ pọn Jagaban wá ní èmi ló kàn mo ti rúbọ mo ti bẹ Ọlọ́run mo ti bẹ àwọn onílẹ̀ wọ́n ní èmi ló kàn Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ fún lóòótọ́ pé òun ló kàn àmọ́ in tó fẹ́ lọ nínú Nàìjíríà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí Jagaban ò ní lè stop ẹ̀ torí pé a sọ fún àwọn ẹ̀ pé in tó fẹ́ lọ torí bọ̀ yẹn Ọlọ́run ní àṣepọ̀ wa pẹ̀lú Nàìjíríà ó ti mẹ́hẹ we should not be together anymore. Àwọn òyìnbó wá ń fún Jagaban ní assurance Davido assurance ó náà ń fún ìyàwó ẹ̀ l'assurance Tinubu rò pé assurance yẹn òun máa fi fíksì ilẹ̀ Yorùbá díẹ̀ ẹ bá mi sọ fún Tinubu mo bẹ̀ ni gbogbo nǹkan pè ní nǹkan ogun Nàìjíríà kò gbọdọ̀ wà ní north mọ́ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí. The military are planning something heavy for Tinubu. Lóòótọ́ gbogbo tó máa bà Nàìjíríà jẹ́ òun lèmi dúró lé lórí but a ṣì máa fún ní information yẹn tó bá wùn kó mu lò sọ fún pé Ọláyọmí Kóìkì based on my confirmed intelligence something hot is coming 2 years from now I don't know 6 months from now I don't know but something hot ó ń gbóná ẹni gbogbo catchment gbogbo equipment kan rà bọ̀ tí Buhari rà wọlé some of you don't know what Buhari spent in the military to kill innocent people using Fulanis as their stooge. Let's clear the 6 months away before we move swiftly to another section because mo fẹ́ máa jẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ ní understanding it. I still want to remain on the 6 months of how Yoruba land was bombed. And today, we are still not being told what happened. Ṣèyí Mákindé kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Ìbàdàn ní January 16, 2024. This time, the whole Ìbàdàn was upside down. You are forgotten because you are probably not affected than me, that is 3,000 miles away. My pain, my feelings goes for every innocent souls, whether they are Hausas, whether they are Igbos, regardless of their ethnicity, and we are not tribes. It was the British that forced this madness on us, and the God of Yoruba land would dissolve it by fire, by force, whether they like it or not. I am still with Ibadan. Let me give you what we know so far, and then we're going to start moving swiftly. It is coming up to 9 p.m. and as you can tell, it is still bright in London. Nigeria, Ibadan, bomb blast, leaves scenes of devastation. You can check the meaning of the word devastation in the English dictionary. We are already devastated. On a daily basis in Nigeria, many Nigerians, since the last 24 years of a failed democracy and since the 63 years of a cooked lie independent and the fraudulent 419 amalgamation that took 45 years before we will start thinking about getting something out of it, which has led to independence. Devastation. A blast that was a bomb. Remember, medias around the world are also bribed one way or the other. Go and look at some of the headlines that put out after Donald Trump was almost assassinated. Fox News, NBC, they started twisting the story. That is what they're good at, the mainstream media. If you listen to them, you will get lost in transit. The bomb blast in the city of Ibadan, southwest of Nigeria, has killed 8 people, injured about 77 others, while buildings have been reduced to rubble. Areas of the scene reveal the scale of the devastation. Images show collapsed structures and burnt out cars scattered across the impact zone. Authorities have said the bomb blast was caused by explosive stored by illegal miners. Who are the illegal miners? Is it you? Are you one of the illegal miners? Is it me? Who owns Nigeria? Why do some people have more access for our resources called illegal miners? Whether it is the crude oil, whether it is the gas, whether it is just one thing or the other, it has gone forever and ever, and that was how Ken Saro-Wiwa also was killed, because he was asking questions that Abacha was never ready to answer. So when they are telling you illegal miners, question to Ekuma Abirenikwe, am I one of them as a citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? Or are you just one of those that are listening to it, yet your hands are tied because of the guns of the military, because of the crime against humanity by the criminal politicians, to make sure that everyone that tried to say anything, if you dare say anything, your life will be at risk. Go and ask, where is Daddy Yati? Go and ask how many people were killed during the NSAS and how many people are still locked away. We know that because Shehu Sani, the former senator representing Kaduna Central or whatever, told Tinubu in his face, that President Tinubu, you are the father of protester. Nigerians are coming out. They deserve to protest against whatever they feel like. That will not stop those of us that are asking for Yoruba nation not to help you to say, if any one of you get killed, we will take Tinubu to the ICC, International Criminal Court, because Tinubu was the father of protester. He was the Don, the Jagaban that promoted, funded all manners of protest in Nigeria, especially during Jonathan. But this time around, for those that say we want to go out and protest, the Constitution says so. Fair enough to you. But would that solve our problem? No. Our problem is everyone must start asking their politicians. The criminal politicians, we must lock them in their houses and make sure that they cannot sit in the house where they are saying that they are representing us. I am not saying the one in Abuja, because you might not be able to go to Abuja, but on the state level, we should lock them inside that house until they listen to us crying for self-determination. Now, let me bring you up to date. As we continue to say that Nigeria is a crime scene, because this program is not going for too long, it's going to wind down very soon. I told you on a daily basis that we are all in danger. When I got a message from my source, we call it source, and don't expect me to reveal the source. My source in the military in Nigeria sent me a message and said, Mr. Koiki, there's another problem happening right now, brewing in the military that they do not want Nigerians to know. Many of you do not understand that the military are using code at this particular time, especially when many things are brewing left. Bugwe, Ungbono, as they cool the water here, another water they boil there, another water they boil there. So everybody is boiling water in Nigeria right now. Everybody is boiling water, and it is expected that that water is ready to be thrown to somebody. Who? I don't know. He said to me, Mr. Koiki, do you know that terrorists killed another Nigerian soldier? I said, but what is the difference? Plus the one that they've been killing every day. He says, no. This one is different. And what makes it different is that these military personnel called Lukman left the base decided that he was going away for a couple of days. Remember, Lukman is a Yoruba man. He left the base and he decided that, let me pop into my farm with 2 civilians. Those civilians are not civilians. Go and see. I've translated it. Don't come and tell me, Koikimo Boyimbo. I've translated it to Yoruba, English. It came out in English from my source. Igbo, Hausa, and French. Go on my Twitter, known as X, or on any of our platforms, and you'll be able to read the details of what I'm telling you in summary. The military, Lagbaja, the chief of, is now saying that those 2 civilians that went with this Yoruba man to the farm, they are not ordinary civilians. They are the sleeper cells that I've told you so many times. Kilongpe is sleeper cells. Sleeper cells are people that live within the community. They give birth. You are thinking that they are just the ordinary Nigerian citizen. But they are the sleeper cells that would end up killing or calling people, like we saw in Ibadan 6 months ago. The attack in Ibadan was not meant for you, the ordinary people. It was meant for a gathering of Yoruba people that Tinubu was meant to be there as well. President Bola Tinubu was meant to be attending a birthday party very close to that proximity of the bomb blast. But the last minute, whether I was different, whether there was a message, that event ended up to be taken to Lagos. And it was too late. If you have watched movie before, there's what they call countdown. The moment you set a timer to a bomb, it goes into countdown. Until a bomb expert, you would have seen them in the movie or in a real life, they will put on every body outfit and they will try to go slowly where this bomb has been kept, and they will start trying to defuse it as quickly as possible. But since that nobody knew, because you don't have security across your whole state, every one of us are all in danger, in a red zone. The bomb was already on a timer. The man that put the bomb already back to as far as Mali. All his wife, everybody, we were told, were no longer. Imagine a house that had multiple people going in, out. On this fateful day, 6 months ago, that house was empty. Nobody was there because there was a mission that needs to be completed. That mission was kill as many people as you can during that event that Tinubu will be attending, and some other dignitaries. And you know, when Tinubu goes, that means multiple numbers of people will be traveling. Also, my source is telling me that it seems that Seyi Makinde was also aware that there is a level of threat ahead of that event. He wanted to downplay it. Part of the reason why Toshenja ni mo sọ fún yín, wọ́n ti làgò mọ́ra wọn lórí. Seyi Makinde àti Tinubu, wọ́n ti làgò mọ́ra wọn lórí bàjẹ́ bí ṣe máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí. Wọ́n ti làgò mọ́ra wọn lórí. Nítorí pé wọ́n sọ fún Seyi Makinde pé, are you sure pé event yìí can hold in Ibadan? Because intelligence is coming back to back that there is a threat level in Ibadan. He said that, no, I am the chief security, as they all boast. You know, when they sit in that their stupid chair, like he's doing right now, trying to downplay the autonomy local government that just came out from the Supreme Court. Rather than him saying, okay, my own state, I will give access straight away to the local government autonomy. He's still trying to manipulate. He's telling Tinubu that fuck off. Is it autonomy that we should be discussing right now when Nigerians are hungry? Ask Seyi Makinde, how many farms have he saved, defended from the Fulani invasion on our land? Ṣèbó náà ní màálù nínú ẹ̀. Ẹni mo parọ́ mọ́ Seyi Makinde pé ó ní ẹni kó jáde. I don't want the press release. Máì tí fògùn búra bọ̀ kọ́kọ́ jáde kó ṣe fídíò pé òun ò ní màálù láàrin àwọn màálù tó ń kó káàkiri nílẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ state ní Ìbàdàn. Across the 33 local government, ẹni kí Seyi Makinde jáde pé òun ò ní màálù tó ń kó jáde káàkiri. I told you that all these criminal politicians will kill you before they kill themselves. After the bomb blast, Tinubu wanted to come himself to Ibadan. I will leave that for another day. But right now, we will continue to say to Yoruba people, especially those of you against Dr. Chief Sunday Igboho, to be very careful. Very, very careful. Right now, he is still the only one out of many millions of Yoruba people that are heavy, that are ready, that are more powerful than Igboho. I'm talking about millions of Yoruba people who are nílé tó gbóná ju Igboho lọ. But wọ́n ní Koiki, ṣe jẹ́ ká wá wà lẹ́yìn. Ẹ má jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa ká ju asana wa síta tán. Mo kí gbogbo wọn, mo ṣí fìlà fún wọn. Ní gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá pátápátá tí gbogbo yín wà. Mo kí yín pé akọni ni yín. Mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé dúró dáadáa. Adárúkọ yín o, àdárúkọ yín o. Inú Àgbẹ̀kọ̀yà ló wà ní o. Kódà nínú àwọn ọmọ tó ń tẹ̀lé Ìbà Gani Adams, wọ́n dúró pẹ̀lú olóyè. Confirm. Ẹ má wá pè mí pé ẹ má yẹ káwọn ọmọ Gani Adams kó tẹ̀lé Ìgbòho. I am not interested in all that. Àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tó náà wọ́n dúró dáadáa wà. Wọ́n ò ní láti rí Ìgbòho. Wọ́n ò ní láti bá mi sọ̀rọ̀. I know. Àwọn Àgbẹ̀kọ̀yà ṣì ń bẹ tó dúró. Mo kí gbogbo yín bàbá wa. Mo kí gbogbo yín ọlọ́dẹ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Àsìkò yìí ò kì í ṣe àsìkò máa sùn dáadáa mọ́. A mọ̀ pé owó òdewọ́ yín dáadáa ni. Torí pé tó bá jẹ́ pé àwọn governors wa wọ́n mọ ẹ̀tọ́, wọ́n mọ tó yẹ kó ṣe, ṣó jẹ́ kí ọlọ́dẹ máa ṣe máa wa ọ̀kadà tó ṣe máa push. You going again? Always. All right. The dogs has to eat. So, àbọ̀rọ̀ mo yé nísìn, yeah, that's my neighbor. She has to go and get the dog food. Tó bá jẹ́ pé àwọn governors wá fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́, ẹni mo parọ́ mọ́ wọn. Àwọn ò ní ìdówó wọn. Ẹni kọ́ lọ fund gbogbo àwọn ọlọ́dẹ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ẹni kọ́ lọ fund wọn. Wọ́n mọ tí mò ń sọ. Ẹ sọ fún àwọn governors ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá súnmọ́ wọn tẹ́jọ́ rẹ̀ wọn. Ẹni Koiki sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ pé kó padà lọ sórí drawing table. Kó lọ fund àwọn ọlọ́dẹ. Kó wá fi ìtókù sílẹ̀ pẹ̀lú olóyè Ìgbòho. Àwa mọ̀ bóyá Fúlàní ló nílẹ̀ wa ni, bóyá wà la nílẹ̀. Ìdẹ́ wọn máa ṣe, they're not gonna do it. Because they still want us to be that fearful of a travel lọ sí Ogun State. Yàtọ̀ sí pé Ogun State is a ritual state right now. Wàá tún máa ronú pé tó bá gbọ́ ògèrè àbí tí bá lọ gbàbẹ̀ yẹn ṣé wọn ní yìnbọn níta. Just like I was showing you on the A1 motorway this afternoon. The video is on my timeline. That if people drive on that road, imagine Fulani coming out, it stopped all the production and it stopped everything. We are not here to scare anybody. I am not here to put your life as in danger as it is already. But one need in thing about you are aware and conscious about. For those of us that might be asking, Koiki, hey, there's what I called something in UK that I want us to take home as a taker this evening. See it, say it, salted. The last part, they might not want to sort it out. But if you notice any slightest something right now in Yoruba land, you must quickly find the nearest person to say, Enini, when you are sending message with a picture or video, please, I beg us, put the date and the time so that the satellites definitely recording here, every recording that we do, the moment you send it out, either that day or not, to bá jẹ́ pé video to kàn circulate, we have how to cross-check any video. I don't have to go into all the details. There are technology now that you can put into that video. It will give you the pinpoint of where that video was shot. I don't need a video of what happened 3 years ago. All those ones have been archived. The international community has gone there. But right now, be vigilant. Don't trust anybody. One lórúkọ Yorùbá, one lórúkọ Igbo, one then lórúkọ ara wọn. Ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ to complete this broadcast of that Yoruba man that was murdered. The military source said to me that the military is saying right now that the figure Temi wrote, I will not give the figure right now on the live show. Figure Temi wrote we have in current Yoruba land. I'm not talking about all Nigerians because I'm not interested in all Nigerians, because every military has information about all the states. I thought that the number was a little bit low, only for me now to be told, Koiki, that number is high. Àwọn alálẹ̀ ò ní dúró wọ́n ní fi wá sílẹ̀, wá dúró ti gbogbo wa. Jésù Kristo ní fi wá sílẹ̀. Ànábì Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam kò ní fi wá sílẹ̀. Àmọ́ ẹ̀yin náà má fira yín sílẹ̀. Lóòótọ́, we are 3,000 miles away. Our heart boils every day. I spoke to Oloyegbowo more than 10 times today, back to back. Is still concerned about the security of Yoruba land. This pain of the insecurity nílẹ̀ Yorùbá lẹ́ni, òun ló wà nígbà yẹ. Taba drop, àtúpè mi padà. Over 10 times, gbogbo ta dẹ̀ sọ lẹ́ni was based on the security of Yoruba land. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn bàbá wa tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ nílé. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní gbogbo ibi tẹ́ bá wà. Ẹ má wá gbàgbé. Ẹ má jẹ́ kí olórí burúkú Wálé Àlè tí kò ní kú síbi táṣọ ẹ wà lálẹ́ yìí. Wọ́n náà ṣe program fún mi. Mo ní láti fún ẹ lésì púpọ̀. But UK lájọ wà. Tó bá bíbà bẹ́ẹ̀ da àti yẹ́ ẹ ṣèbó ní ẹ ti gba Yorùbá country. Ìwọ lọ́lé. Èmi lè confirm pé àìtí gba Yorùbá country. But láìpẹ́ láì jìnà, èmi máa dé Nàìjíríà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo sọ fún ẹ. Dánwò ló bì yọ kẹrẹ ra ticket. Kó sọ fún mi pé òun lọ s'Ékòó. Màá mọ̀ pé o ti gba country. Ẹ̀yin tó bá sọ fún pé o ti gba country orí ń ta gbogbo wọn. Wọ́n kàn fi yín gbá game. Kò sí nǹkan kan tó ń pè ní Yorùbá nation country. Èmi Koiki ni mo sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Tí gba country. We are working towards achieving a country. But it will be painful. It will be difficult. It will be hard. Negotiation máa wà níbẹ̀. But èmi ò ní sí níbi tó bá ti negotiate. Tó máa tún tàná wa. I will come out and speak out straight away. Ní ṣe bí àwọn Afẹ́nifẹ́re tí wọ́n náà wọ́n ń ṣe restructure, àwọn ń ṣe regionalism, tó fi gbogbo wa ta ayò àti kàlòkàlò. That is what they've done for 45 years. Tọ́nà ti ń béèrè fún regionalism àti tó ń pè ní restructure. Ntí bàbá Adébánjọ sọ fún mi, wọ́n ní Koiki ìwọ náà ti dánmọ́ àgbà gbé sínú kùn. Màá fi sílẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ntí bàbá wa ẹ wojú mi dáadáa. Ikú bàbá yèyè in tó sọ fún mi pẹ̀lú gbogbo àwọn gbogbo wọn pátápátá abẹ́ẹ̀kùn ló wà adé ìtókù. Mo níṣẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká débi tá à ń lọ ká tó máa sọ pé a fẹ́ declassify. Amẹ́ríkà náà wọ́n ń dí àwọn information kan mọ́lẹ̀ tó mú síta àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká filẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. Máa sọ pé regionalism ló máa work. Wọ́n fi ń ṣe kí ni? Iṣẹ́ wa fúnlẹ̀ wa forílẹ̀ ibi wa kàgbéga ká gbéga fàlérí ìgbàgbọ́ wa ni pé bá ti bẹ̀rù làbọ̀ mọ́ ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká jọlá ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira ní kẹjẹ́ ká máa lépa ìtẹ̀síwájú fọgbọ́ ire àtòhun tó dára ọmọ Oòduà dìde bọ̀ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Mo kó gbogbo yín papọ̀ mo dúró pẹ̀lú yín tán àtẹni tó wà labroad àtẹni tó wà nílé mo ní èmi ni last man standing lórí ìrìnàjò yìí a máa ta tán ni mo wá fi tẹlẹ́dùmarè mo fi bẹ ọba Elédùmarè pé gbogbo ariwo tá à ń pa kó má jẹ́ kó pẹ́ mọ́ kó ṣínà tí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá máa fi jáde tó bá jẹ́ pé protest náà ni ló ń bọ̀ ẹ jáde ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá fẹ́ jáde but mo sọ fún yín pé tásìkò bá tó olóyè àfohùn sílẹ̀ látọ̀dọ̀ mi táwa ọmọ Yorùbá nation máa jáde síta kò dẹ̀ sí bá ńlá ẹni tó lè stop ẹ̀ for now ẹ jẹ́ ká máa fàdúrà tì ká máa ṣàwẹ́nẹ́sì wa lọ it is a non-violent protest but tó bá dójú ẹ̀ fùrọ̀ máa là tó bá fẹ́ lọ ṣe kíni tó bá fẹ́ lọ yàgbẹ́ oró ayọ̀ la máa sùn. Special greetings to my wives, to my mom, to my family and to everyone that have stood in this movement. Gbogbo àwọn tó ti kú pátápátá k'Ọlọ́run kó foríjì wọn kó fọ̀run kẹ́ wọn. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin àgbàlagbà mo kí ayé tó ń gbọ́ wa níbi tó ti ń gbọ́ wa ẹ tú wa lẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká máa lọ. Good night.